Nothing changes.
Life. Life.
quicker. He has time and space, but not much boost. Get the reset, and it's over, Rick.
Said no, looking for the pass to Ollie. Ollie redirecting it into the back of the net from Milo.
Hits the backboard of the crossbar. The double touch from Kebab is absolutely out of this world. His first touch on the edge, will look for the second, gets that flip reset. Wolfie, you dangerous man.
Waiting up Phoenix, he beats all the defenders with an unbelievable multi-play.
Early, brought this ball played off the back of the board, and look at that double tap, oh my god! Welcome everybody to the RSC Season 7.
Hello everybody there, how's it going, and welcome back to RSC. So today is going to be an exciting little day. We have playoffs and I'm looking forward to it. I know you guys are looking forward to it. Today along next to me I've got Marbs. Marbs, are you looking forward to it?
I'm looking forward to it, O'Neill. Are you looking forward to it?
Oh, I am looking forward to it indeed. I am excited for this. So, as far as I know, the first game of today, we have Exolon against Terra. Can you confirm if I'm right or wrong? I'm pretty sure I'm right though.
Indeed, that is
Exolon
true.
against Terra. This is going to be a good game. I know Seed 1 against Seed 2, or Position 1, Position 2 in the standings. This is going to be a tough one. Both teams came out shooting and they came out fighting this season. So if you want to have a wee look at the stats for how the league went, I'm particularly looking at goals for and against. Exolon, 107.
Are going to have to be doing much more attacking, but not just attacking, but make sure the attacking is effective, because I think the players in Exolon are quite. I think they're one of the best teams in Prospect, in my opinion. They are able to do things that you might just normally see in Challenger or above, because they are really that good. I might be completely cursing them at the moment, but I am excited to see how Terra can pull off a win.
Piling those nerves on for the players, absolutely. Just letting them know that they're playing at Supersonic Legend level. So, looking at these lineups, what player stands out for you on each team, and who are you looking for to have the biggest impact in this series?
I would like to say on Exolon, I think one of the players that's looking at the numbers, for example, Torchic stood out a lot to me. In 59 games, he has scored 75 goals, which is absolutely insane, as well with the 79 saves. Those numbers are unreal, whether you're in elite, major, minor, challenger, in I guess Prospect, and he is definitely one of the players. He's been a very fierce player. I know last season he actually subbed in for Challenger playoffs for a couple games, and he actually did do quite well. He is a very seasoned player. But over to Terra, I see. I think one of them who we might see pulls off some crazy things is Mr. Benzi, one of the cousins of another player in this league, but I might have been told maybe a couple biased things, but when I streamed him one time, he did do quite well, and he is able to support that team and support the Terra side. And I think once he was subbed on, they started getting goals in, and I think they're starting out with him this time, so that's a really good sign to see.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see as well that we already have, I believe, one of the teams in the lobby, so we will hopefully be getting started very soon. To those in chat, obviously, welcome to the first playoff game here of today. why don't you guys put in chat who you think is going to win and what you think the series score is going to be? I do this to all my co-commentators, and I'm going to do it to you as well. What's your prediction?
Oh, this is a game 5 is absolutely an interesting thing to see. It's not. I really want to say I'm gonna say 3-1 to Exolon, but I might be absolutely cursing. But I have no idea.
Okay, fair enough. I'm going to try and overanalyze this far too much, and I'm going to say based off some of the more different stats, I'm going to take a Terra series here. But I think it's going to be very close the whole way. We're going to go all the 5. It's going to be a 3-2 over to Terra. So that is my predictions. We will see if I'm right. Last time I broadcasted, I was totally wrong both times. So I don't know if that's a good omen or a bad omen or whatever, but that is how we will go. So yeah, I think personally for myself, looking at these teams, for players that I'm looking out for, like you're saying, Torchic, goal ratio to game ratio is absolutely fantastic. It's same with his saves as well. He's definitely probably the star player over Exolon. But when I look at Terra, quite a few of those guys stand out. Like, there's no solo player there that's really popping off for me. Obviously, Yannick, he has some really good stats just across the board overall. One of the things that impresses me about Terra, though, is if you look at Mr. Benzie and Yannick, their shot percentage is extremely good. It's the highest in this lobby for sure. So both in the 40s and the only 2 to do it. So I don't know. It's going to be back and forth quite a lot to see what's going on there. But definitely think for me, based on those shooting stats and what I'm seeing, Terra's definitely the ones for me that are standing out. But less of my rambling, we have everybody in the lobby, I believe, so I'm just going to make sure the players are ready and get us started.
Indeed, well, O'Neill, I'm very excited to see what the first game will tell us, because it will tell us quite a bit about how these teams have been prepared or not. So I know Exxon is going to come out guns a-blazing, but it's really up to Terra to see if they are able to crack down this very good defense from Exxon as the first shot already comes in. But I'm looking at the team right now. It's starting out with Benzie, because I think he was considered the sub. I'm not 100% sure, but I think Exxon almost got their first goal.
There's a beautiful attack there, but they just could not quite fight the angle. I think got a double post hit as well, so unlucky for Terra not to get that, not Terra, sorry, Exolon not to get that early goal. A lot of early pressure here, lots of whiffs I'm noticing. Maybe players get nerves, do you reckon?
Indeed, this is playoffs, and I think especially if this is your first, I know this is not the first for some, but if this is your first time in RSC in playoffs, you know a lot of people are watching you make every little move, every little movement is going to be critiqued and watched, and that is exactly how I felt when I first had a playoff game. And it is something it's really about the mental game here. You got to be strong mentally, and I think Terra at the moment I think that was a crazy triple commit I might have just solved, but Exolon have not gotten a goal yet, and I think these whiffs are definitely emphasizing the fact that they are a bit nervous, because this not, even though you are in prospect, this is not something you're expecting to see. This might just be the first minute jitters, but you can both tell the stakes are really high for both of these teams.
Absolutely. I mean, when I'm comparing this to how I used to be, definitely game 1 was that game. It's just put out the feelers, try not concede 7 goals and just get a good start. And as you can see here, Slicey Shez makes sure his team does get a good start. Beautiful pass from the corner there from Torsix, and he's there, Shez, to get the shot on target. Could maybe argue the keeper could have done a little bit more there, just flipped the wrong direction and the ball was coming directly at him. But we have the first goal of the day.
Indeed, and I guess who else but Exolon to be able to score that. It's as the favorites they are, and especially Slicey Shez being the one to score that as well. It's definitely going to show. It shows that they're strong. Torchic going for some sort of double tap concoction here in the first 2 minutes of the playoff series really does show that they are sort of comfortable now that they have that first goal. Terra are going to be hoping to equalize them.
Yeah, definitely. I think getting that goal's really calmed the nerves, as you were saying. not as many whiffs. Both teams are starting to settle. I think we're maybe going to start seeing a little bit of a trend here where we're going to maybe seeing some counter-attacking football from Terra, but that's a defensive mishap and a half. Both players just get caught going forwards, and that's just a runaway goal from Shez. The boy doesn't miss, and you can't let them in.
Oh man, I have just no words yet. I hate to start calling things early because that's probably not the smartest thing to do as a caster. However, it does look like Exolon already have, with a halftime looming upon us, Exolon do have a nice 2-0 cushion lead, and Terra only having one shot, not really being able to break that so far.
Yeah, definitely. And it may not be the right thing to have early predictions, but as I was saying, that ace makes it 3-0. The nerves are there and they are real for Terra at the moment. They're struggling, they're definitely struggling, but one of the brilliant things about this is they've got plenty more games after this, and if anyone who was ever around Season 1 pre-RLCS, Flipside used to do this all the time. They used to just lose Game 1, we'll lose it by 5 goals, and then they'll come and they'll score the next 30 goals in the next 3 games just to let you know that they're better.
Yeah, I guess so. You could say Terra might be the next flip side because they both of these teams, they have opportunities to lose this at the moment. Like, I mean, they can lose this and still be fine going through the lower bracket because these two teams are strong enough to definitely make it through to at least the lower finals.
Exactly.
But definitely staying up at the lower bracket, I mean in the upper bracket, is I think much more important because as soon as you lose, you know you're gonna, in the finals, you're gonna have to go through a bracket reset, and that's something you really do not want to do if you are that underside team. And Slicey Shez saying that probably really excited to send Terra into their first loss, getting at his hat trick, 500 points today. 4 shots from the man, that's more than all of Terra's shots combined. Really shows the attacking prowess of Exolon that I've predicted.
Yep, definitely. You are absolutely spot on so far. Shez has been the star man, way and above. I have to say though, a lot of these have been gifted to him. Like this one here, number 4 for Shez. Absolutely gifted on a plate. Double commit once more from the boys over in Terra, and I've seen it a few times already so far. Communication's clearly lacking, and it could just be they're maybe getting a little bit overwhelmed right now with the pressure of being in playoffs. I know for a fact that it sometimes doesn't get old. Oh, as he just hits it wide there off the corner. Benzie just couldn't quite follow up, but they're getting a little bit of pressure here, trying to create something. Benzie again tries to go for it, couldn't get it, and again counter attack. They are getting punished so hard.
It is not looking good for the Terra side. There's not a lot to say about it, but the question is that can they wake up on time? Because this happened to them. Galaxy Polaris, the team that actually made it through play-ins, was Terra were in first, and then Galaxy Polaris were able to 4-0 them, I remember. And when Terra just didn't wake up in time, and the Terra were first place at the time. And that was, I think, a big, sort of almost like a red flag to me. I'm saying if you're a team that is getting 4-0'd and not waking up in time, and then also showing on the other days you can completely show up, that's not the sort of team mentality you want when you go into playoffs. And you can sort of tell that this might be this exact same story happening here, where they're not really up in time, and they might be able to show up in the late game 3 or so, but that might be too little too late because Exolon have been piling on the shots and the goals. As you can clearly see, not a single goal coming out from the Terra side. It's all going into Terra's nets and nothing coming out of it.
And I have to say as well, as Exolon come forward here for a shot, just gets saved off to the side. I have to say, Terra, they have been creating themselves some good chances as well. They have 7 shots, so they have plenty, but unfortunately, there's no point in having tons of shots if you can't make some of the easy saves here. Unfortunately, for Benzie, you just couldn't wrap around the ball properly here, just couldn't get behind it. Best efforts you possibly could to make that a save, but Game 1 is comfortably going Exolon's way here. There's no doubt about it that they are, after seeing this, the outright favourites for this series. This has been a dominant display. What do you think we need to see from Terra to at least make this competitive?
I would say getting some shots down and eventually shots should lead to goals. But you can tell how defensive. Actually, well, Exolon do have more saves, 5 saves combined against Terra's the 2 saves. But shots were going on. Yannick with the 5 shots towards the end of the match, which is equal to Slicey Shez's with also 5. But 5 of his shots turned into 4 goals, and 5 of Yannick's shots turned into 0 goals. So you could say the accuracy is not there. They really do need to be finding different ways. I bet a bunch of passing plays. I think that's what Terra needs, to be able to be a bit more creative and get into the back of the net as any way they can. Because at the moment we've not really seen any really that good attacking from Terra, and that really has to change if they want to be able to stay in the upper bracket or even take a game off of Exolon.
Yep, definitely. Terra, the one thing I would say is, apart from their double commits and possible communication issues and nerves there, it just looked like they weren't trying to create a confident, well thought out attack. And obviously that could come from cloudy judgment just based off of nerves that they're having being here. It could just come off of maybe being rusty, not maybe playing too much yet today, and they're just going to try to break into the series. But it's not really a series that you can just warm up in. Like, this is you either staying in the upper bracket or you're not. So there is a lot on the line for Terra here, so hopefully heading into this game too we will see something else from them. But as it starts, Exolon are the guys immediately on attack. Goes for the double touch off the top, couldn't get it, but Torsix is there and he immediately makes it 1-0.
Like he says, getting a touch there off the backboard, Terra unfortunately not able to read it, and Torchic being able to get in there. It's not the most ideal start. You think Terra would come in, you know, with some things changed, but unfortunately they were caught off guard instantly, and that does definitely put a unhappy appearance onto the looks of Terra and their chances, because I think being that 1 goal down again kind of just reiterates that you're at the bottom. You got to be working up, and working up is so much more difficult, especially on stream as well. It's not the best, but you do see some little flares of promise coming out from Terra, and the more and more, I think Yannick is the one that's orchestrating most of that, the admin himself. But O'Neal, I gotta say, if you were Terra at this moment and you had to give them some sort of inspirational speech, well, what would you say to them?
What would I say to them? Don't double commit. Just like sadly we just saw there, a lot of double commit in the back line. Communications obviously a clear issue here with the team, and obviously maybe a little bit of inexperience understanding who's got that there. Typically you'd rather the person on the goal inside going out wide with the ball, so maybe just a little bit of lack of knowledge of maybe how to play the situation there, but it all comes from experience and you only learn from your when you lose. So I have no doubt that Terra will improve as the series goes on. I think what we're just seeing currently is a large mismatch in teams and the cohesion between the players as well. As saying that though, Terra get a nice little bit of bumping going on there in the back just to make sure they got that ball back. They're trying to make stuff work, and one of the things I like is they are trying to get these passes going. They're not doing the best job of it currently. They're not utilising car speed and ball speed to make sure they get around this pitch efficiently. So if they can fix all that, they might give themselves a fighting chance to make these opportunities into goals. But as it starts right now, 3 minutes to go, we have just been a little bit back and forth here with Zen coming in for the shot, just in the corner, nicely saved 50-50, and nobody's there rotating round, but we get a little bit of pressure here from Terra. Benji goes round the wall, now it's Alzen this time back, tries to go for a centre touch, couldn't get it, well cut out there by Ace, who goes for the centre pass, double commit, but the ball is up towards the backboard in a dangerous position here, but the shot does not come in on target.
It's still 2-0, and I guess you have to give it for Terra not conceding for the past minute.
Finally got the goal!
As soon as I start saying it, I completely. This is good. Yannick getting the pass in. Alzen's up before Chez can get ready, and Torchic not able to finish off that save. Does put a good smile on I think everyone's face in here, knowing that this is not some sort of one-sided game. Terra have I think maybe woken up. I might have said it too little too late, or might be a bit too soon to say it, but they should be almost back into this.
Absolutely. One of the great things to see is the very first opportunity we saw Terra on a counter attack, and the first moment they got, they scored. So immediately that says to me that they now have a strategic way where if they can just play defensively correctly and break out well, they could potentially open up Exolon in defense, because the first opportunity they done it and done it well. But once more, Terra, a little bit of motivation from that. They're now on the attack, could not quite get that challenge in there, and that's Ozzen just going to put the ball into the corner. Sadly misses a follow-up, or else it would have been a lovely clear. Comes in from deep, Ozzen in the corner, but he's not paying attention unfortunately, and he just doesn't whip round to get that challenge. Unfortunate for Terra there not to possibly get an opportunity from it, but they definitely look like they've woken up, as you said, which is good to see because it's going to give us a series.
Indeed, but Terra do have about 90 seconds to finish off what they that goal and maybe get an equalizer, but it also gives time for, oh, that was a very dirty fake there by Shez, but that does give Terra time to attack as well, and Terra are gonna have to be doing a lot of attacking but also a lot of defending to make sure that 1 goal deficit does not turn into a 2-goal deficit.
Hopefully that would be absolutely heartbreaking at this moment in time. With just under a minute to go, we do not want to see Terra conceding now, and I know they for a fact will not. We want an overtime, ladies and gentlemen. Put in chat what you guys think is going to happen. Do you still believe in your original predictions? I'm still going to stick it out. A man of my word, so I believe Terra have got this. They can come back, but they definitely need to get a little bit more team cohesion and working a little bit faster to move that ball more efficiently, because right now it's not moving too well for them. And as we see, Exolon on a challenge, but that's a back pass. Ace makes the miss, but there's nobody chasing it down. Is it going to be an on goal? Not quite. Gets saved off to the side there. Just as enough from Slices that Shez there just to avoid that embarrassing goal.
Indeed, but I do think it'll be a complete shocker if I do not see Exolon in the upper brackets. Seeing Exolon, a team that's dominated all of Prospect, to be put in the lower bracket the first game is not something anyone would have expected to see, and I still don't think, because now it's a 0-second goal. We don't know what's going to happen. Alzen puts it off the wall for someone else, but no one's there. Fortunately, gets a pinch off of Benzi, and there goes game 2 going to Exolon.
Exolon indeed doing very well to get to that 2-0. They managed to, they hung on, I'd say, a little bit at the end of that series. Definitely not as much attacking going on. Both teams maybe a little bit nervous. One not wanting to go 2-0 down, the other one not wanting to maybe lose that game advantage they had. So very tight game this time round. I was impressed to see how Terra were slowly coming into that. Didn't give up. That first goal early on, especially after a heavy defeat in game 1, that can make some people's mentality spiral down. But it's absolutely great to see that Terra fought back. Even though when they did go 2-0 down, they fought back and they almost got a goal towards the end. They had some great opportunities, as you said earlier. I think it was Shez, you said, had an absolutely fantastic fake in defence from the miss that Ace had done off the ball. So Exolon equally doing well in defence when they needed to make sure they survived that. And I believe they're on Ace match point, aren't we?
That's true. It is a best of 5, and I guess I would say I would have expected a complete sweep blowout, but at the same time, I don't like saying that because it's always gonna something's gonna happen. But I think Terra two games down, they are really gonna be feeling the pressure now. Not the pressure that they're gonna be at the playoffs. I do think they can still do stuff if they get in the lower bracket. If they do lose this game, they will be playing Severance, who won in the play-ins, who are quite a good team in my opinion. Terra should be able, I think they're a bit more equally matched, but Terra do not want to go into the lower bracket, but it really does look like it's going to happen here, unless they can pull something out of this match. And the match is to go, but I'm not sure.
Well, hopefully they can take inspiration from that game 2 goal and they can build on it. They almost get a goal there, but Alzen just could not quite get a touch to center the ball or even potentially score it. Yannick in the corner trying to make something happen, but can't quite do it again. Forces it with a rotation cut, and it actually makes Benzi back off, but not really much of the way of clear cut chances here from Terra. Just sort of sporadic shots and placements around the goal, which can be good. First double commit in the back line and a miss there from Shez opens the goal up, but not enough power there from Yannick and nobody following up to support either, and immediately on the counter attack. But Alison's there with a long shot on the backboard. Ace misses once more, and the opportunity is there, but Alison just could not quite get this shot on target to get the goal.
We are a minute through and there's no super dangerous attack happening yet. No goals going through either, which is I guess a good sign, saying it has been a bit more equally matched. Terra being able to clear the ball as Exolon goes for an attack, but I think this one might end up in a goal for Terra unless Torchic has anything to say about it, and he does. Torchic, I do believe, is going to be the star player of playoffs, but never mind. Yannick completely shuts me up. The admin himself telling me to stop talking nonsense as I say completely proves me wrong, having an open net there. Well done to Terra for getting that first goal and now being the first time in the lead, which is a great sign.
Absolutely, it's a great thing about best of fives is you're never fully out of it until that clock runs out to knock you out of this tournament. But Terra doing fantastic so far this game, applying a lot of pressure, definitely making Exolon work hard. And to be fair as well, I could equally say Exolon have backed off quite a lot. Like, I feel like they're given too much respect considering what they've done game 1 and how they finished out game 2. You'd think they want to come out guns blazing, fast rotations, demoing, stealing boost, doing everything, but being far too passive, and they almost get punished there. Yannick once more with a beautiful solo play, gets by 2, almost 3, and definitely Terra have come out fighting. This is an all or nothing scenario for them now. They need to reverse sweep, so they've started off well, started off strong. They just need to hopefully maybe get a goal to build on it.
Dude, it's very interesting to say if you thought Exolon would score 7 goals, then you come in here, right? If you come into this game right now, if you're just tuning in, you would not really expect Exolon to score the 7 goals on them, because we're over half time and they still have not scored. That's the longest time Exolon have been without a goal, which they are probably not the happiest about. But I do think with that shot from Slicey Shez, they are very lethal when they do shoot, and when they do shoot, it usually ends up in a goal for them. But not yet. We still have 2 minutes, and it's still up to Exolon. They still, I do believe, they do have that power and skill, but I'm not sure if they might have the confidence to be able to get an equalizer and maybe pull it off the 3-0 sweep as they expected. But nothing's happening so far, because never mind.
See that, and it's a goal from Shez of all people. The man was there, he was waiting, he was prowling, he was waiting for the mistake, and the mistake definitely came. Yannick just left the ball a little bit too long coming across the front of the goal and he got punished for it. But I have to say, Shez has got his team a little bit of a hole there. If I was definitely the coach of Exolon at the moment, I would be asking my players to just calm down a wee bit, try and get rid of those little nerves and the misses that they've been doing, because there've been quite a lot of whiffs coming in this game and last as well from this Exolon team, despite being up in the series. And Terra, you wouldn't think they just conceded a goal. They're all over the team, but poor rotation back. Can they recover and get into a good positional advantage? They can. They do well, but that's a double commit coming up. He decides to back off, but Yannick doesn't understand or doesn't know where he is and can't put off the pass for him. Oh, it's a double bump. It's a double bump, and Torchic has got the goal. That's what we love to see.
Absolutely, this man has been on fire throughout. I've seen him play last season and this season. He never fails to disappoint, and he's, I think, one of the players that's seasoned enough to not be having those first game nerves when you come into playoffs. I am certain they want to succumb to nerves quite a lot, but so I guess I aspire to be a bit more like Torchic. He is not, no matter what kind of pressure you throw him under, if you put him into sub for Challenger playoffs, he's still able to do what he does best, and that is score goals, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. And Exolon and his teammates will be thanking him if that goal is going to be the decider that helps them get the full sweep.
He tries a pass there, but he actually sends it just way too far forwards. There's more of it looking like a shot pass there, so not ideal for Terra there, but they have the pressure. Yannick's coming in for the shot. He goes for a pop instead. He gets the top corner. But that's a beautiful save from Ace there. Makes sure not to miss it that time round. He does a fantastic job of getting that save and keeping his team in the lead with 15 seconds to go, and they go in a counter-attack. Exolon aces up again, gets a 50-50, keeps the ball in the corner. It's an open net. Can Shez get it? Not quite well recovered there from Benzie, and now we've got Alison on the ball. They're on the counter-attack. They've done well game 2 to get going. It's a ball in the centre, but rotations were not there. That's a beautiful clear. Exolon take the series 3-0. You were right. I was wrong again.
I think I did say a 3-1. If I'm
You
being
did.
honest, I predicted 3-1, but that was a very, very fast series. Terra will not be the happiest after that, but they do think they come against Severance in after this, and they should be able to take that game. I think that this is not the last time we've seen Terra. This should not be the last time we see Terra. But it's Exolon already proving to everyone that they do deserve the upper bracket spot, and coming up next we'll also see between Kindling and Yggdrasil, who they will be facing up in the upper bracket. But Exolon have been the favorites to win, and this was not really a surprise to me.
No, definitely. You were right there. They actually came out very well, like you said, to start his massive 7 goals in that first game. Second game, I would say Terra maybe slightly got the upper hand, but at this sort of time in a tournament, when you're into the playoff stages, you need to be able to take those opportunities, and I think that's where these two teams were separated, because Terra had plenty of opportunities across all 3 games, but they just produced very little in the way of goals and opportunity output. Whereas when you look at Exolon, some games they didn't really have many opportunities, but even when they didn't have that many opportunities, they still made sure they got a couple of goals each time just to make sure they kind of grind their way through, especially that last game where they went down and actually came back. So as you said, we will be seeing Yggdrasil next against Kindling, but of the series that we just watched there, obviously Terra are down into the lowers. They will be playing over against Severance now, as you said, and that will actually be broadcast on one of the personal channels of one of the players. So if you want to go watch that in the meantime, it's obviously twitch.tv/tgbuddha or Buddha. Hopefully one of the mods can put that in chat for you guys if you want to maybe do a little bit of a multi-stream. But are we going to have any players in for a little cheeky interview before we move on to the next series? Hopefully
We'll
Senji.
message one of them at the moment.
No worries.
No
interview?
interview.
That's perfectly fine.
Understandable.
So, no interviews today, so I believe what we're going to be doing now is we're just going to be getting ready to set up for the next lobby. So bear with us. Go and get yourselves a glass of water, get a drink, whatever you want, and we will hopefully get back to you guys very shortly.
Yeah, we do have a comfortable 30 minutes left, but then come in, stay tuned for the next stream in 30 minutes against, it will be Yggdrasil versus Kindling, a match you really do not want to miss. All right, goodbye.
I can't find my way back to you until you make amends with the demons you've been through. And I can't regret leaving you alone until you find your way back home. Find your way back home. me drown. Don't let me drown. Until you find your way back home. Don't let me drown.
invincible.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you? Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you?
No quicker. He has time and space, but not much boost. Gets the reset, and it's over.
Said no, look for the pass to Ollie. Ollie redirects here into the back of the net from Milo.
Hits the backboard of the crossbar. The double touch from Kebab is absolutely out of this world. His first touch on the edge of look for the second. Gets that flip reset. Wolfie, you dangerous man.
Waiting up Phoenix, he beats all the defenders with an unbelievable multi-play. Early, pull this ball trade off the back of the board, and look at that double tap, oh my god! Welcome everybody to the RSC Season 7.
Hello once again. It has been a 30 minutes since we last met, and today, O'Neill and I are here for the game 2 in the upper bracket. Today we have Kindling versus Yggdrasil, and that's how I will be pronouncing it the rest of this game, and no one can tell me otherwise. So I would like to just touch on these two teams. Have Yggdrasil, part of the Heaven's Call franchise, being first in the Glaciers Conference, and Kindling being second in the Ignis Conference. There has been arguments of Ignis being, I guess, relatively harder in the prospect tier, but seeing Yggdrasil play, I know they do have some great players. And same thing for Kindling. I will be I will show as a little bias as possible, but it might be easy to tell which team I would like to support. But O'Neill, what are your thoughts going into this match?
Going into this match, I think it's going to be very interesting. Obviously, Yggdrasil coming in as essentially first seed from their conference, up against Kindling. Going to be a good game. You can see the stats are very, very close between the two. Sort of similar to what we saw last time round, although when comparing to the previous game we just watched, actually they don't score as much and they don't concede as many goals as well, both teams. So maybe an interesting dynamic. We might see quite a low scoring series here, but you know what it's like in these. I usually say one thing and then it turns out being the opposite. But looking at the stats here, you can see shooting percentages. Both teams above 30, which is really good. Obviously, Kindling in particular are up in 33%, so they're definitely the team to watch out when you look at these two, and they actually have scored more out of the two. So they've got 16 more goals across the season compared to Yggdrasil. So very interesting to see how this will work out. When jumping over to the teams, the team player stats, quite a number of them I am looking forward to performing quite well. So on Kindling side, Jobin and Omar by far like the two that definitely seem strongest here, from what I'm seeing. And obviously on Yggdrasil, we've got Dehydration, who's almost 1-for-1 from goals to game ratio. So clearly the striker for them. But head into this game, what are your predictions for who's going to take this series?
I would just love to say that Kindling have been on fire, to be honest. The roster has been changed a little bit, but the past 20 games of this new roster, they've won 19 and they lost 1. So it's absolutely crazy to say that they're able to pull that off, and they do seem quite confident going into the playoffs. But another fact I'd like to say is that Kindling, none of these players, all of 3 of these players, I believe, their first time in RSC. This is their first time in playoffs, and I do believe that that those little jitters you have when you have playoffs, they will come and play a part. It is always a different experience playing on stream. Kindling have not had the best playing on stream experience for this roster, but it's truly very important to see. And there have been a lot of speculation about if this team can perform or not, and also Yggdrasil being first in the Glaciers Conference, coming up against second in the Kindling, and in the Kindling Conference, I mean the Ignis Conference. This does seem like a tight matchup, but as much as I hate to show any bias, I do think Kindling might have this if they are able to get over those nerves that we have at the beginning.
So from judging this first minute, you said they haven't had the best record on streams. They are making sure that they settle in nicely here, that's for sure, because this whole first minute they've absolutely dominated Yggdrasil all across the pitch, and they are actually getting a really good opportunity here. It bounces just above the bar with Yun coming in there, but Universe just couldn't quite get the shot, and we're now on a counter-attack. Dehydration's going for the aerial, gets one touch past one, but the last defender was there. Omar making sure that doesn't go in. We've got a very end-to-end game right now. I think it's going to be a first mistake, might open the floodgates for either team. What about you? What do you think?
Does, and one thing I've seen, I know that Jedfang is quite an experienced player. Ever mind Joven completely. He does not want me to talk. All he wants me to talk about is his goal that he just scored. He just read his own backboard play. No one from the Yggdrasil type side was off to get that, and Joven just facts it in. And it's 1-0 to Kindling, and that is a good start because it does kind of calm those first nerves you have going straight into your first playoff game ever on stream in front of, like, I think we're at 50 people right now all watching you. That's quite a big thing, and I know Deadfang is a player that does have experience, even in the league above. He was a challenger last season, and he will be, I think, one of the main players to look out for. He is probably, I think, believes he's the captain as well. He is, though, I think, the main orchestrator of the Yggdrasil side. I've not been able to see Yggdrasil play that much over the season. I know they are a strong team, do have experience, dehydration as well. He's quite a good player, especially in the air. Passing plays are being made here as well as Mayhem. I thought he was the sub for some reason. I may be completely wrong. There might be some sort of roster issue. Somebody couldn't make it this Thursday, but that's another thing to keep in mind. But you do see Universe is trying his best to get the pass in. He's the newest addition to the Kindling side, and Joven is up for another aerial, unfortunately blocked. Now O'Neal, as you can see, Kindling are on the attacking side at the moment, but halftime's already passed. Can Yggdrasil make some sort of comeback?
Absolutely, as we saw earlier, when Yggdrasil actually came forwards, they very nearly got a goal, but there's a beautiful save on the goal line just in front to make sure it wasn't going to be the case. Kindling definitely the stronger team out of the two of those so far this first game, as we are seeing them constantly pushing forward with relentless pressure. I have to say though, Yggdrasil are doing very well rotationally, and are doing very well to make sure that the gaps that they accidentally may leave, that they close them up well and they make sure to cover that goal. But that's a beautiful infield pass there. Nothing quite comes of it. Universe leaves it for Omar. Omar centres it once more. Universe gets demo, but that leaves a shot open there for Jobin. Just couldn't quite get it on target. Hits it just wide, and that is Yggdrasil to survive for another second. But saying that's a bad centre pass there. Universe in once more, but he decides to leave it on that second occasion, and Yggdrasil may have just got away with that.
It is looking more like Kindling are having a lot of shots, 6 shots to the team compared to Yggdrasil's 2, but it's only a 1-goal lead, and those things, 1-goal lead, as everyone knows in Rocket League, those are very flimsy and can be completely apprehended in any second of the game, and that's something that Kindling do have to keep in mind. There is 1 minute left, they are in the lead. They do seem comfortable, but it's just one small mishap, like something might happen here, but unfortunately Omar does get the clear.
Open net. Oh, he's had it off target there. It's a great opportunity for Kindling to bury this first match, but sadly for Universe, he just pulled that shot to the left, and even though it was open net, he just had to watch it just run on by. But it's a nice little bump there from Omar, keeps the play alive, tries to get a centre pass, couldn't get the second touch though, and that is killed back in the corner. A lot of pressure still from Kindling. They're just trying to work it. I think what they need to do is they need to try and work it deliberately left and right a little bit more. They're hitting it across the pitch, but it doesn't seem like they're doing it with a purpose, whereas I feel like if they deliberately stretched Yggdrasil, they'll actually get these gaps and they'll have somebody ready to actually put the shot away at the other end, because at the moment they don't. But that's a big mistake on the back line. Universe once more there, try to get that goal, but he just couldn't do it. The balls get left on the ground, and Kindling take this game 1-0.
It is a good, I guess I would be happy. Most people would be happy with this, but a 1-goal lead and only 1 goal being scored does show how tight these teams are. And it's not the most comfortable lead for Kindling. And fortunately, I think Kindling did not really have to do a lot. They only had to do 1 save on top of Terra's 2 shots in total. But still, I think once they start converting more shots in the goals, they'll be more and more comfortable, and that's exactly what you need, especially in this best of 5. You can be 2 games down and still not have to pay the consequences of losing, but you do have to be working, and having this game up forward does give them, I think, the mental boost that is needed when you're the first team ever. When you're like, this is your first playoff time, your first time on stream with a lot of people. I guess they have been on stream before, but I'm happy with this roster, but definitely Yggdrasil, a team to watch out for. they could have completely switched on any second, but unfortunately, Kindling were able to hold them off. But that might not be the same story that we see in game 2.
Absolutely, there is a lot going for both teams. Although the scoreline was only 1-0, it could have been very different. There was at least 2 occasions where Dehydration just had to be like a teeny bit more switched on, and he had goals. He had many goals coming through. So it's definitely not a done deal for Kindling. They need to work hard. They need to make sure they make the most of their own opportunities as well, because they are by far the more attacking team, but they are leaving themselves vulnerable at the back. So we'll see how it plays, but that's a good centre there from Mayhem with a funny spelling, Artemai. Good centre pass, but again nothing really comes of it. Look, Jobin goes for the attack, solo play, kills some time, a little fake in. That's a lovely centre ball there. Omar's got the opportunity for an uncontested shot, gets it on the defenders right where they were standing, and they both almost hesitated, looking at each other like, are you going for it? No, I'm not. Oh, you're going for it. Oh right, and it's too late, and they both missed. And not how you want to concede a goal, especially only just past 30 seconds into the second game of the series, but they are down 1-0 once more. Kindling yet again have a lead. Can they build on it this time? Because last game they couldn't. We'll have to wait and see.
Honestly, say most games where could never be content with that 1-goal lead. At least have a 2-goal lead so you're able to defend.
Made a mistake. Jobin makes it 2-0. That is not how you want the defense to come round there. Sorry for cutting you off, but I just saw Dehydration missing the ball, and Deadfang just sets it up for Jobin. Not how you want it to happen. Yggdrasil have a lot of work to do now to really make a statement in this series. Don't have a goal yet. Only had 3 total shots on target. They need to do it. This is the 4th one here, and it's going on target. But that's Omar with a brilliant save into the corner, and it goes round the corner. Dehydration once again misses. Jobin seems to be everywhere for Kindling, so he does, making plays all over the pitch. I'm very impressed, I must say, with how Kindling are handling themselves. They are creating so much opportunities, and they're a really fun team to watch. How do you think this game's going to play out? Do you think we're going to get goals on both sides of the pitch, or is this just going to be another walkover for the day?
I do feel like the confidence is there for Kindling, and I think as Kindling get more confident, it will be harder, I guess, also mentally for Yggdrasil to be able to make a comeback. But it is still possible. But I do believe if you do have a game in hand and you also are 2 goals up, this has actually happened in some other series as well. For example, last series we had Terra scoring their first goal when Exolon were 2-0 because we were 2 goals up in game 2, and that ended up in a 3-1 for Exolon. But these are 2 different teams, and both teams can crack, and I think Yggdrasil might be the first one to crack, because Jobin himself is quite cracked, being a pass-in universe, not able to finish off the save by Ine, defends off Yggdrasil's goal. But another attack is going on, and it's Yggdrasil having to boom that away. It does show I am seeing some sort of sense of panic and haste inside of Yggdrasil, because they do have to be scoring. Halftime is upon them, and they do know if they don't get this 2-goal lead, they will be at match point, and that is something where no team wants to be.
A 1v3 counter-attack there, but they didn't realise it. They didn't actually apply pressure on that defender, so Yggdrasil were actually able to get back. That's a beautiful weighted pass in the middle. Again, an even better touchdown, but Omar was just coming from too far back and couldn't really pressurise the goalkeeper to make any sort of opportunity occur. Looking at this though, look at this, that's a beautiful shot off the top corner, just goes wide, a triple miss in the back post there from all the defenders. Universe makes sure that this time he finally gets the ball in the net, comes round off the double whiff. Don't know what Dehydration was doing there. I think he expected his teammate to get the clear, but it opened up the defence. That's 3-0, and it's slowly but surely, it seems like Kindling are just getting both hands around the scruff of the neck, and they're just going to make sure that they can finish this series off.
Absolutely, you might say that double tap was intentional. He might have said he missed the first shot and got lucky with that second hit, but it does not matter. A goal is a goal, and especially for Kindling, it is a very cushiony goal. They do have a cushion. They are able to hang back a bit. There is an attack going on from Yggdrasil, but Jobin's able to clear that one away, back up in the air for Universe to come get it. He does get a nice hit as well. And 90 seconds remaining. Not the position Yggdrasil wanted to see themselves in Game 2, and definitely not the mentality that they want if they're not able to get a goal off the board yet. Especially getting demoed as well, that definitely does not contribute to any positive factors. As we all know in Rocket League, getting demoed, especially when you're losing, is not the best feeling. And I think Kindling are really emphasizing that. I might have trained them to do that, I might have not, I will not say anything. However, it's a minute left and it does look like Kindling are able to secure this one, even with the double
back
win.
line. It's an open net. Oh, he's got it. That is a big mistake there on the back line. Both defenders go for it and both of them miss it. There's no way you want to see. Universe just wasn't expecting that, but finally for Dehydration, he gets the goal he's been deserving this whole series. He's had so many opportunities. Finally this time round, 9 shots you should still have, and that's him only just got the ball in the net. Not what they want, especially being down in the series already, but importantly for them, that's the first one on the board, and that might lead to either a comeback or maybe just a reverse sweep if they can't quite finish off this game or return from it. But Dehydration goes to the challenge. Jobin does again very well. He's been playing so good this series for Kindling, probably the MVP in my eyes. Doing so well to create opportunities and really open up the play. And also really shutting down Yggdrasil. That's a beautiful touch in the middle. I don't think Deadfang was actually really expecting it there. It was that good. Just couldn't quite get it. Missed it sadly as we hit it in the last 10 seconds. MIM puts it in the middle, but nobody's there. Jobin again takes the time, slows the play down. That's going to be 2-0 in the series to Kindling. One more game is all they need to progress on to the next game and to the next stage of the playoffs.
It is quite a... I mean, Kindling did seem unstoppable, except for that one time where they just completely just hit the fan. I don't know how to describe that whatsoever, but stuff like that does happen in Rocket League. Yggdrasil actually do have more shots than Kindling. They have 9 shots in total, and Kindling 4 more on the saving side, having 2 plus 4 plus 2 is 8 saves. I'm sorry, but 8 saves, and that does show that Yggdrasil are able to fight back. But the only goal that they got was from an absolute monstrosity of the Kindling defense, miscoordination. I don't know what to call it, but they are. I do believe that next game will be sent over to Kindling. The loser of this game will play Tartaros, which is going to be a really nice game to watch. I believe that game is streamed, and then the winner will be playing Exolon tomorrow in the upper bracket, which will be maybe the decider of maybe the 2 top teams playing each other. I will be certainly on my seat watching that. But so we do have one more game. Yggdrasil are entirely possible of handling a reverse sweep, but at the position they are now, it's do or die, and Yggdrasil definitely do want to do as we get started into the next match.
Yes, we do. Into game 3 of the series. Yggdrasil need to get the reverse sweep now to get through in the upper brackets. And when looking at that last game, it reminded me so much of the first game today where Terra, they just need to get more passes and playing as a unit. And as the series grew on, they actually grew in a little bit. That's a great attacking there from Kindling, but well fluffed out and well stopped by the defence. Imayim's off for the challenge, but he's way too slow at getting there. He doesn't bother jumping until it's far too late, and that is Jobin once more, just star player for Kindling today. Make sure slams that ball home, and yet again Kindling with an early lead.
Absolutely, Jobin being a player, I feel like he is the attacker. He is was also a new addition to this team mid-season, and one of the ones that I'm very happy with. An absolute Canadian machine, and he is the ones that will be orchestrating most of the attacking plays. He is the ones to get the shots on, to get the dribble plays, as well as Omar being, I think you could categorize him more as the second man, with Uni being the third man, but he is able to do almost anything. He's a bit of a magic center midfielder.
Right pass, double commit.
Oh.
Tries to get the fast and far corner, just couldn't quite work. That was so close for Yggdrasil, they just could not quite get that counter attack to work. Double commits has been a little bit of an issue for him today, but that's a brilliant pass. This time it looks like they're actually starting to realise, we need to work as a team here, we need to make sure we can open them up. Goes for the pass, just a little bit too much of a floating weight rather than a little more direct pass into the middle. Jobin shows him how it's done, goes for another light run, but it opens up the opportunity for the shot from Omar, who gets a follow-up, but it's stopped at the front post by Deadfang, and that's Amaya with a long clear. He has to chase it himself, he gets a mid-boost, but Jobin's there yet again. It seems like every time I'm talking he's just on the ball. He's been absolutely fantastic today. That's a nice clear there from Universe, and that was a demo on the back line there, but it was able to get recovered. And so far we're just a little bit of a stalemate heading into the middle part of this game.
It's 3 minutes left. Only one goal, it's not a lot, and Jag actually equalizes it, and now it is game on for Yggdrasil to make this reverse sweep happen, but I absolutely do not... it's a very unfortunate thing to happen. Small defensive mistake, however, it does give Yggdrasil that boost of confidence they may very well need to be able to advance, but halftime has not even passed yet. We're still going through. Yggdrasil get a kickoff goal, but not, unfortunately does not. Rehydration puts it back in the middle for Omar, however, and this one might go into the center for Universe to get up in the air. However, it's nothing is going to be coming of it, and this is where we, I think, sort of take a small breather. This was no sort of crazy concoction of the goals happened yet. No one's here in the middle, O'Neal, and I do believe Jobin is going to go for some flashy play, even though his boost is quite low. He does get a pass, and Universe is able to get there. There is the last man back, Deadfang, to be there, and Omar does have a shot. He does bring it off the wall. Deadfang is able to get there in time, and at the moment, the game slowed down a little bit. However, it's not all over. 2 minutes left, O'Neal. I'm quite nervous, to be honest, even though
it is very, very messy what we're seeing right now. Both teams are trying to fling everything at it to try and get through the deadlock. Yggdrasil need this, they just hit the post out. No, Omai is just a little bit too slow coming in. He couldn't really get the shot on the follow-up, but that's a sacrificial demolition there. Gets a shot. He could have played the fake, but he decided to take it on. I think if he played the fake there, he had the open net, but Dehydration decides to go for the fake himself. Luckily his teammates round the back there, rotating nicely to make sure that doesn't go in for a goal. And Kindling are the ones that are slowly applying the pressure. That's a miss in the corner from Deadfang. A block there on near the line there from University, could not quite get it on target. But they've now on the attack. Jobin goes for the touch, goes for the double. Oh, he saves it himself. It's not what he wants to see. He'd done all the hard work, and the gravity just decided he wasn't going to get the goal there. That's unfortunate, but he wants blood. He wants to make sure they can get another lead heading into this last minute, but so far it's not to be.
So far not to be. However, you do notice how this ball has stayed in this Yggdrasil half, and
oh no! It's the goal the other way. That's exactly what Yggdrasil needed. It wasn't exactly well worked. It's just a pinch between two opposing players. It runs down the pitch, and that's one of those ones that for Yggdrasil you need that. It's like you just really need to grind out something, even if you maybe didn't quite deserve it just through maybe some possible RNG or whatever, but they get the goal and they get the lead, so now it's up to Kindling. What can they do? Can they actually recover this and finish the series in a sweep? Or are we going to a game 4?
I cannot tell. 30 seconds left will tell us. Kindling sure would not like to be able to take it to have a game off of them, but it does seem imminent. It is not the most ideal thing to happen. However, 20 seconds left. Attack should be forming soon. Jobin does get it into the corner, does get it, another hit, does not. Dehydration hits it off. Won't go off the post. However, there has been a clearance made by Yggdrasil. While he's going up one more time, being able to get the first touch, he does. Dehydration's already up in the air though. Might be another goal. If Jobin's not able to get in there, it does. And that is something that I would not have expected and may possibly change the course of the match. Not the best. But the game is done.
Game is done, and Yggdrasil do get that win that they desperately needed to keep this series alive. 2 goals at the end, both from long counter-attack and pinches / clears. Kindling, they were on fire that game in terms of just the pressure they were providing and how much movement they had, but there's no point in having so much pressure if you aren't creating opportunities. They had one or two maybe clear-cut ones that they could have done more with, but Yggdrasil, I would say, based on just the hard work they were putting in on defense there, making sure the rotations were crisp and making sure they were quite tightened up, they definitely stepped up compared to those first two games of the series and deservedly take that last game. So we're now heading into game 4. Do you think Yggdrasil can repeat that feat, or do you think that was maybe just a one-off in this series and Kindling are going to come in return and get the win?
I'm being honest. I think that first goal they scored was quite justified. That was quite a good goal, being able to disrupt that Kindling defense. The second one, that pinch, does happen in Rocket League, but I do not expect them getting another pinch goal like that again. And that third one, I think Kindling just had to throw the kitchen sink at them, and unfortunately, there was no one back for that last goal. But that does not seem likely to happen again. But Yggdrasil might be able, those goals might be able to, you know, snowball into something else that might be much better goals, better attacking, better confidence from Yggdrasil, and that's something Kindling should be a bit it's a bit noteworthy. They should be take note of that, to be honest. And the game will go underway, but it's gonna be a bit more. My heart rate has increased a little bit. Still, I'm a bit chillaxed, but I do truly think Kindling can pull it off, and so does Universe. Even though he shoots it straight at the defender cannot really do much of it besides get a small deflection, but it still goes in the back of the net.
So the important little detail there in the shooting was Universe he got to the ball as if he was aiming for an immediate shot, but he actually lets the ball hang just slightly longer, which doesn't seem like much, but that actually allows the attacker to almost get like a slight fake out on the defender. Although saying that, that's a beautiful lofty shot by Dehydration, just goes off target off the bar. Imay's in there as well. Deadfang gets a shot. They just can't get it on target. I think if they just put it anywhere in the goal, it's in, but not to be on this attack. And I have to say that rotation there from Deadfang is quite poor, but it manages to work out. He gets a one-on-one for his teammate. His teammate just doesn't make the right shot selection at the end, and Kindling survive.
Indeed, they do survive, but can they thrive? The 1-goal lead is, I guess it was what it was worth. It's the exact same score as the game 1, but they do know that Yggdrasil is stronger and is capable of taking games off them. Whether it is a lucky or not, it still is a result. And Jobin comes in, finishes it off with a beautiful pass from Omar. It does look like Kindling do have the upper hand again, but can they keep extending this lead? Can they hold it for the next 4 minutes, to be honest? It's only 1 minute in. Not much has happened. However, it is 2-0.
Only 1 minute in indeed, but you're right. They do look as though they've stepped it back up a gear. I have to say that pass from Omar was absolutely sensational. Perfectly weighted and positioned, and all it needed was Jobin to run on full steam ahead and pressurise his defence into a mistake, and he gets a goal. But they're not done. They want more. They want to make a statement in this potentially last game of the series. They're 2-0 up. They're going for that far post corner. Just could not quite reach it. Omar tries to set it up, but Deadfang's there. Deadfang misses it. Omar's there for the repeat shot. It's off the both posts once again, but Amy manages to make a save, and the pressure is relentless right now from Kindling. That's coming in once more. It's bounced down just above the goal. The rotation's coming in from Universe. He's there, and the goalkeeper just couldn't quite get out in time to make it save. And that is us 3-0 with 3 minutes left.
Indeed, it does look a bit more comfortable for Kindling. They are able to, you know, get scored on 3 times and not be that effective. But that's not what they want. They do need to be able to show, especially show everyone here, show me too, that they are capable of holding leads like this and also extending them, because this is exactly what they have to be playing. They have to be playing like this, and even better, going into the upper final if they do make it, and if Kindling do get that sweep done. They will be going up against Exolon and then Yggdrasil. I've been DM'd and corrected many times, I apologize. But Yggdrasil will be going down against Tartarus next, and do they have the mentality to keep that lower bracket run going, or will they just sink all the way down through the lower bracket? Not the most ideal things, and also the most ideal for Kindlings is to stay in the upper bracket. You're in the upper bracket, you don't have to worry about having to get to the grand finals and then having to do a bracket reset. Those are one of the most stressful things in the world to do, and that's something that a lot of players do know, and a lot of players have not really experienced yet. But the goals and shots are still going on by Kindling, which I do love. It is a great thing to know that they're not just sitting back and parking the bus. But Yggdrasil slightly falling apart at the moment. However, we do have time left, and I will not blame Yggdrasil to get a comeback.
Well, not indeed, but that is not the touch you need. You need to be coming round the ball there, let the ball work on its own to get further up the middle of the pitch. He took away his opportunity before it really presented itself to him, which is unfortunate. But Yggdrasil are struggling. They're struggling a lot. Kindling, they're just managing this game. They just want to see it out, making sure they apply enough pressure that they don't maybe consider put Yggdrasil on too many opportunities. So Kindling still coming forward. They're making sure that they can close this out on the fourth game. Omar with a high clear, it's a double commit in the backboard, and Deadfang's coming up to shoot the shot. Once again he rushes it a little bit too early. He could have done a little bit more himself there before going for the shot, and all it's done is allow Kindling to get the opportunity to go forwards. A double miss in the back line. Anybody going to take it? It's a miss again on the post, but Dehydration manages to steady the ship and get the clear, or that would have definitely been game set match.
I do. You might consider it to be game set match here with 30 seconds, almost 30 seconds on the clock. Red Fang does come up with an attack. Dehydration is there, does a crazy pinch. I'm not able to get it. He's going to have to backtrack a little bit, and Jobin did have an open shot, if I'm not sure if you noticed, but he was not able to convert. Nerves or not, still waste some time. Now it's 15 seconds on the clock. Jobin trying to clear it again. 2 demos coming out by the Kindling team. They do know that you cannot attack. You cannot score goals if you are blown up, and that's a very important rule and lesson that Kindling will teach you. And unfortunately, I think this might be a goal. It is I'm getting it, but that is game.
Yep, game set and match. That is Kindling with a 3-1 series victory. I will say, Imayam, he manages to get that, you could say, salvation goal at the very end there, just to show Kindling that they had a little bit of a match. But overall, I would say Kindling were just a little bit too powerful for Yggdrasil. Universe, Omar and Jobin, fantastic work today. They played very well as a team. My MVP earlier on was Jobin, but as the series progressed on, all 3 players played fantastically. Omar with so many assists, so really holding the team together in the middle, with Universe obviously getting plenty of goals. So congratulations to Kindling. They will be moving on in the upper bracket. Yggdrasil, you guys will have to fight it out in the lowers, but do not worry, because there has been RSC7 World Championships won from that very bracket, so you're not out of it just yet. But for me today, this is going to be my last cast. I'm unsure if you are continuing on, or if we have 2 new commentators coming in for the final match of the day.
I do believe I am also going to go, and after this, I'm not casting. I will be congratulating my team. We'll be preparing them for the upper bracket tomorrow. But we're not done yet. We do have a game of Tartaros versus Yggdrasil happening, I believe, in 30 minutes time. So do stick around for that first lower bracket round. And also, I believe at the moment, Terra is facing Severance on the Buddha channel. The link has been posted many times by Senji in the chat. Make sure to go see that. Go say hello. Support Buddha, an absolute legend, great caster as well. And we will see you in 30 minutes.
I didn't think we could fall in love. Broken from the start, chained to our past. We had closed hearts. We are breaking free. It's just you and me. We might fall apart, but we're running away. Can we break free? Can we break free? Can we break free? Can we? They were blinded, tried to deny us. Didn't think we were following our hearts. We are breaking free. It's just you and me. We might fall apart, but we're running away. With our can we break free? Can we break free? Can we break free? Can we?
I wonder what went wrong today, eh? Why do I feel like I linger? Linger between the words to say, eh? To say the words to remember. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. Lose it all. Feel it in your arms. Feel it in your legs. Feel it on your fingertips and feel it in your head. Just let your body go. Just let your body go. Just let your body go and move to the rhythm. Now we will go back home today, eh? Until the very last hour. We still got few more days to slay, eh? And it's gonna get so much louder. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. Lose it all. Feel it in your arms, feel it in your legs, feel it on your fingertips and feel it in your head. Just let your body go, just let your body go, just let your body go and move to the rhythm. I wonder what went wrong today, eh? Why do I feel like I linger? Linger between the words to say, eh? To say the words you remember.
coming. I could seat you by the fire. Listen, listen. There's something I must confide. I know I said that it'd be fine. I know I made it look like it'd be alright, but I think I learned my lesson, and I'm not gonna let you out of my sight. You can call me killer, 'cause I'll bring you to the light. And it might taste bitter when you're answering to God. You can call me killer as you look into my eyes. Nothing but a sinner. You won't get away this time. You won't get away this time. You won't get away this time. You won't get away.
quicker. He has time and space, but not much boost. Gets the reset, and it's over, Rick.
He said no, look for the pass to Ollie. Ollie redirects here into the back of the net from Milo.
Hits the backboard of the crossbar. The double touch from Kebab is absolutely out of this world. His first touch on the edge of look for the second. Gets that flip reset. Woofy, you dangerous man.
Waiting up Phoenix, he beats all the defenders with an unbelievable musty flick.
Early, pull this ball played off the back of the board, and look at that double tap. Oh my god! Welcome everybody to the RSC Season 7.
Hello and welcome back to the RSC Season 7 Prospect Playoffs. We are joined in the lower bracket with Monk for the Yggdrasil versus Tartarus game. How are you looking forward to this?
Gonna be a great one. They both had different routes to get into this one. Tartarus, they won their play-in versus Galaxy Polaris. Yggdrasil, they've just been beaten by Kindling 3-1 in that upper bracket, so Yggdrasil coming in as that higher seed, the number one team from Glacies, but it's going to be a close one, and both of these teams are definitely going to want to bring their A game into this lower bracket match.
Indeed it will. It's going to be a close game for sure. And looking over at the team stats, who do you think, or what do you think stands out for these teams?
Yggdrasil, of course, coming in as that number one team, but only 7 wins ahead of Tartarus in the end, maybe showing that Glacies was a little bit tighter. Exolon definitely pulled away in the Ignis side a bit more, and looking further down, you can see that Yggdrasil's goals for and against are definitely better than Tartarus, a good 20 away from them in both sides of that. So, Yggdrasil by the stats are coming into this one as the favourites, I would say, but they are the team that are coming into this one after a loss.
Yeah, 100%. The saves for Yggdrasil stand out. They got more than Tartarus, as well as how much their opponents saved their shots. So maybe they'll need to be more clinical against this Tartarus side to be able to take the lead and hopefully the series. But looking over at the player stats, who stands out to you as key players?
Well, we have Soren coming into Yggdrasil relatively late in the season for Bredy after, the team wasn't so happy with how Bredy was playing, so they've decided to make that switch. Don't know who's going to be playing tonight. Going to be between MA and Soren, I think, for that sub spot. But at the stats, Dehydration comes in with the top goals across any of the 8 players, so he might be the man to watch, as well as top tight assists with his teammate Soren, who I think played for Overturn for most of the season.
Yeah, indeed. I do believe it will be Soren coming in and playing this game. However, moving over to Tartarus, we got to shout out Heki. I mean, 53 goals, 59 games, 28 assists and 71 saves. Surely he's the key player to look out, and he's got to be shining for Tartarus today.
Yeah, of course, he is that man that we've been watching. He did so well in that match against Galaxy Polaris to get his team into this situation. Bunky and Boardstiff didn't too badly either. Boardstiff coming in as that probably lower MMR player. He did very well, got himself some goals, got some game-winning goals as well to knock Galaxy Polaris out. And on top of this, we sent out some forums to the captains of these teams, and Deadfang, Yggdrasil captain, when asked for a wild card in these playoffs, he did say Tartarus were looking good in their play-ins game, so Yggdrasil may be looking a little bit scared of this Tartarus side.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, these two teams are definitely going to be close. Am I going to be able to push you for a prediction for this series?
Well, I was a part of the RS cast on Monday, and in that one I did predict Yggdrasil to lose and then Tartarus to beat Galaxy Polaris and Yggdrasil there, so I'm going to go with the Tartarus win. But because it's so close, I'm going to say in 5, because Yggdrasil are really going to push them to the limit if Tartarus are going to take this one from them.
Yeah, of course. Me, on the other hand, I do think that Tartarus can take this in 4 games. They will win 3 games to 1 against Yggdrasil. The way that Tartarus play, they do like to get everybody involved, and that's always great to see in the RSC. However, they do have the quality there with Heki and Punky, and I think that those two alone will be able to take this team into the next round against Severance now. And what a game that would be if it is to happen.
Yeah, Severance, they've just come off a win against, I think it was indeed Terra. Terra got the first 2 games, but
Severance were not to be outdone. They got the reverse sweep, winning Game 5 again after their play-ins match also went to 5. So, Severance being pushed, but they have indeed gotten into that lower round 2, which means that the winner of this will play them, and whoever is going to go up against them, it's going to be a hard fight against those 3.
Yeah, 100%. And now with Tartarus in the lobby, we're ready to go. I do believe we're going to be seeing a rotating roster from Tartarus as well during this series, which is obviously great to see, and we noted on that earlier. And the players are now joining into the lobby. And Monk, I will hand it off to you to start off this game.
They are indeed coming in slowly but surely, just waiting on Yggdrasil. There they are. With 5 minutes timer beginning as Soren and Heki get us started off. Heki will win that one, but Punky will be beaten out by dehydration. He launches the ball forward. Stiff has to make the touch. He does. It's only off his own wall. They will open up the shot for Deadfang. Great block by Heki to keep that one out. Soren will launch this one high in the backboard. Stiff is beaten. Deadfang has the shot. Heki just takes his time, waits patiently, gets the clear off to the side. Soren's ball back in the middle isn't good enough, and Punky will be able to deal with it. Although, can't find the follow-up touch. Yggdrasil really pushing forward at the moment. We're not letting Tartarus get out of their own half for the moment, although Heki looking to try and change that. He has the ball up the wall. He spotted his teammate in the middle. Stiff was waiting for it, but he just turned away, allowed Deadfang to get the ball clear. Soren going for the ball back in the middle. No one from Yggdrasil ready to take advantage of that one. Deadfang will have to wait a while, and by that time Tartarus got all 3 back. So, yeah, at the start of this match, the first minute almost gone. I think Yggdrasil have had the better share of the opportunities.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. They're back in the attack now. Ballstuff clear it away straight to dehydration. He cannot make contact with the ball. Deadfang with a shot. Heki will clear it away. It is on net, but Soren will now take a touch. Heki to closing down. Punky now to follow up. It's off the wall. He's going to look for a second touch on it. It's going to go into the backboard. Soren and Deadfang, just a bit of miscommunication there, but they're able to get the ball away. And now Yggdrasil with a shot there. And it's going to be Soren, now Punky to clear it away. He's going to take his time. He gets a hit over his own teammate. And now it's going to lead to Ballstuff. It goes into the middle. Is anyone going to be there? Soren cuts out and it's a shot on net. And Yggdrasil, like we have said, have had the upper hand in this opening minute and a half.
Yeah, Soren did have that long-range shot on target. Heki had to stretch for that one, but we did both predict Tartarus, but maybe we're forgetting that Yggdrasil are coming in as the number 1 Glaciers team. They're definitely got quality to make it ahead of that, especially against teams such as Terra and Galaxy Polaris, who, Tartarus already beat out as well. So yeah, Yggdrasil really looking to show their might and prove their worth and, show where they are in these playoffs and why they do deserve the lower bracket run, and to continue that on for them, it will be dehydration, beaten out by Heki. Dorn will make the 50 as 3rd man, does get the touch, luckily. Dehydration leaves this one off for Deadfang. Deadfang taking his time, maybe along Stiff to snip in ahead of him, but Stiff misses the touch, allows Deadfang to get the clear away. Punky is beaten one here, Soren gets it, great clear downfield, he's now down the line, got Heki to beat, looks for the dunk on him. Heki just takes it away from him, although can't get it away from Deadfang. This one's up for dehydration. Board Stiff had missed the chance, but Punky stood firm on the goal line and stay 0-0 for now.
Indeed, it's going to be Heki to regain it, gets a flick. Demo comes in from Punky and Tartarus. What a way to take the lead here.
Yeah, almost a little counter coming in. Deadfang, the only one left back for Yggdrasil, taken out of the game by Punky. Heki on hand to slot it home into the now empty net. And yeah, after Yggdrasil have done so well to keep it in Tartarus' half for, I'd say, the majority of the first half of this game, Tartarus are the ones to come out on top for now.
Indeed, it's now going to be Yggdrasil back on the attack. It's Soren leading the charge. Punky will clear it away, goes past Deadfang. Dehydration, the last man, gets a touch on it. Ballstiff's going to look to close him down, but Dehydration does beat him out to it. Heki now into the corner. Soren takes a touch, goes straight back to Heki, looking to get it mids. Dehydration with the clear. And Tartarus, once they are on the attack, it does look like they are more clinical with it. However, Yggdrasil, they're getting booming shots onto them. However, nothing is coming in just yet.
We did see in the team stats before this one that Yggdrasil maybe struggled with their shot percentage over the season, only having 30 to Tartarus' 37, and that's definitely been proved so far. Tartarus have been far more clinical, scoring 1 from 1 shot, and Yggdrasil having 3 on target with none of them reaching the back of the net just yet. Almost another opportunity for Tartarus opening up there. Deadfang beaten out by Board Stiff. Storen has to bring it out from the back, beats out Punky with a great 50, has Heki waiting and behind him. Another good 0 boost 50 from, I think it was Dehydration, not sure actually. Dehydration. We'll look for another shot. Heki stands in his way. Punky looks at the midfield pass, but neither of his teammates are waiting there. Soren launches it again. Deadfang has the opportunity. The net is glaring for him. Deadfang will find that near corner.
Indeed he will. Not the best touch from Heki to get the ball out of his own half. Borstef double commits with him. Deadfang capitalizes on it, shoots it near post into the back of net, and we have a tied game.
We did see in their first game of the play-ins from Tartaros that there were a bit of nerves. You know, they had 2 Ungles. One of them was indeed Heki, and it was quite the unforced error. That one, I would say, also an unforced error. You know, he had time, he had Stiff behind him as well, but he just chose to take the touch, and it didn't come off for him. Punky will look for another bump there. Dehydration gets to it in the end. But yeah, maybe the nerves are coming out from Tartaros again, because that was, you know, Heki should have done better there.
Yeah, I would just like to comment on that great save by Dehydration. You had Punky closing him down, Heki with the shot. However, he was able to keep it out. And speaking of Yggdrasil, they weren't able to put that in, but it is now going to be a Tartaros attack, and Punky charging it down the field. Soren cuts him out, falls middle, Borstef out for it, but Dehydration beats him to it. Punky now taking touch, gets cut out by Deadfang, and again we're seeing another Yggdrasil attack. I'd say they have had more attacks, but they haven't had as many goals as maybe they should.
Yeah, they've been struggling to put them away. They've had some good opportunities on net, but the Tartaros defense has stood strong for the most part. This one knocked in the middle by Punky. Borstef has the ball in the middle again. Heki is up. Great touch by Dehydration to get it away and maybe open up the counter. Gets the 50 off of Punky. Deadfang is there with low boost. Gets the ball high, but it's wide. He will have to get it back in the middle. He does. Is anyone there? It's just Punky to get the clear away, and this one should be an overtime.
Indeed, it looks like it will.
Close.
Kickoff comes in again. It's going to be Borstef. It goes over the man cheating. It's going to be Heki as the last line of defense. Punky gets back to it, gets his touch. Heki now to clear it out further. Goes past 2 Yggdrasil players. Now a 1v1 Punky with no boost against Deadfang. Gets 50-50. Goes into the Yggdrasil corner. Soren now to clear it out further. Borstef looks to go for this, but doesn't want to. Hesitates around it. Heki now taking it up his own back wall. Gets another touch on it past Soren. Looking to get it past Deadfang, but Deadfang does 50-50 with him. Borstef now over to the left. And I mean, Tartaros, they're doing more with the ball, you could say.
Yeah, they're trying to get these passes in field. You know, maybe their second man isn't so willing to commit to it as they should be, because, you know, these balls are opening up for the shots and they're struggling to get the men there to take them. Dehydration will go after that one. It will go across field for Deadfang. Can't find the touch. Punky looks to beat out Soren. Ends up just being a 50, and Heki will now have to make the touch from a wall. He's looked a bit awkward. He's got the follow-up touch and pinch ground pinch, sorry, there, but... And we'll be able to get this one forward. Borstef, again, that second man just struggling to get the shot off. And, you know, sooner or later they're going to have to try and put one of these shots on target. Otherwise, Yggdrasil will be able to take control of the midfield. Almost in from Soren.
Indeed, it's going to be another shot from Dehydration. Gets cut out by Borstef. Heki now over to the corner. Has found himself with a little bit of time and quite a bit of boost. But Soren does cut him out from it. Punky now going to clear it over the backboard. Trying to get his own corner, but has no boost. Gets stole by Soren. Now Heki's going to look to take this up the wall with full boost. What can he do with it? He's going to get a touch over to his teammate Punky now. Going up the wall, Borstef double commits with him. They're making themselves very awkward here. Maybe they're going to get capitalized on because of it.
And Soren just disrupting them further there with a bomb. This one's in the middle from Dehydration. Deadfang is up! The shot is on target! And Yggdrasil have game number 1.
Indeed they have. Shot comes in into the top left corner. Great pass through Dehydration down. And what a shot from Deadfang. All credit goes to him. Heki maybe not in the right position for that shot, but Yggdrasil, they take game number 1 under all the odds.
Yeah, Soren just got in there. In those 2 men in the front post, didn't allow either of them to get to the back post, and that opened up the shot for Deadfang. He got his second goal of the game, the winner for Yggdrasil, and they'll be looking to carry this on. You know, we are in the playoff position. It's a best of 5. It's not like it's in league play. You know, it's now or never for both of these teams, and Yggdrasil are definitely the ones to start off stronger.
Yeah, 100%. Whoever does lose this, it does drop out of the playoffs for this season. But Tartaros, they've been clinical with their attacks. They're making more of it. But Yggdrasil, they are making more chances than Tartaros and scoring them in the end. The pressure is being piled up. Tartaros can't do anything about it. They're struggling to get boosts. They're double committing quite a bit. And they definitely need to sort this out going into game 2.
Is indeed the stage where Heki lost last season. He lost under Arcturus. Wasn't able to do it then. Maybe this is a different story. This is a different team, 2 different teammates with him, Punky and Borstef. They've been solid performers all season long, but, you know, Yggdrasil may be looking like their toughest opponents yet, as Yggdrasil really looking to take it to them, and Deadfang, the scorer so far, it's going to be an interesting one to see.
Yeah, 100%. Deadfang's been a clinical striker in this first game, bagging himself a brace. and hopefully his shot percentage, shot conversion rate will keep going through, and he'll be able to take Yggdrasil to the win in game 2, and hopefully the series for them. But we are going to start off game number 2 here, and we're going to have a neutral kickoff as always. 5 minutes back on the clock. Who's going to take game number 2?
Hydration looks to start it off strong, but Deadfang beaten out in the 50 in the middle. Punky gets another good 50, but Dehydration will have time to beat out Board Stiff. Only will get the 50 down to Hecky in the left hand side. This one launched forward. Yggdrasil defense will have time to deal with it, but Deadfang's touch isn't the best. Dehydration has to get the 50 out of Board Stiff, does so. Has it down the line now. Hecky, zero momentum, but manages to get the touch away. It's met by Deadfang in the center circle. Punky looking for that pass to Hecky, but Hecky just backed off, allowed the Yggdrasil attacker to launch it forward. This one might drop for Soar, and Hecky with a great touch away. Now Deadfang down in this corner again, has 2 to beat, can't even get past the first. Dehydration has it in the middle. Deadfang nearly cut him out there, and that just put Dehydration off, allowed Hecky to go for it. Now he might have the shot opening up. Deadfang, I think, nearly missed there. Hecky has the back pass to Punky. Great save by Soren.
Indeed, now Yggdrasil still on defense. Hecky and Dehydration couldn't make contact with the ball. And now we're going to see an Yggdrasil attack. Ball stiff into the corner. Great demo from Hecky. Shot comes in from Soren over the crossbar, and they should definitely have put that one in.
Yeah, you really want those ones to be on target. That was a clear shot. There was no Tartaros defender waiting for him. But he just skied it a little bit, went off the crossbar, and neither of his teammates were waiting for the rebound. Hecky's up for this one. Soren makes the cut, makes the interception that he needs to. Hecky can't get the shot away in the end. Deadfang launches this one forward. It's met by Punky. Punky's touch is off the wall though. Maybe would have allowed the shot, but Hecky catches him up, gets in behind him. Now he has to wait for this one to drop. Only can get the 50 with Soren. Punky up again. Looks to beat Dehydration, but wasn't to be. Dehydration will bring this one out from the back. Good 50 with Board Stiff. Another one from Deadfang, and they're really starting to win these 50s and build up this midfield dominance.
Indeed, they do. Another attack comes in. Hecky looking for a demo on Dehydration, but he's able to get the ball clear. Board Stiff now coming in as his third man. Early challenge comes out successful on it. But Yggdrasil, the attack's coming on again. Great
my word.
Headbang onto Hecky. Oh no, Yggdrasil, they take the lead here in game number 2.
And it's another 2 midfield 50s that are the catalyst for Deadfang. After winning that ball in the wall, sees Hecky as the last man back, decides having none of this, and it will allow Dehydration to get his first goal of the series, and Yggdrasil really looking to take it to Tartaros now.
Indeed, Hecky now trying to get the lead back. Deadfang gets a touch away. Dehydration to clear it further into the corner of Tartaros now. Also now he's caught awkward. Ball goes over the crossbar. Hecky now up for it. Challenged by Soren. 50-50 comes in, back to the Tartaros corner. Punky now taking touch, looking to get it past Dehydration, but gets closed down quickly. Hecky now up for it to clear it out of his defense. And Tartaros, they are being stuck and pressured on defense this whole time. Another goal's gonna come in from Soren. Double tap, half the game left, and Yggdrasil, they're not giving Tartaros any space, and they're scoring all the goals.
Yeah, Tartaros may have 3 shots so far this game, but Yggdrasil have dealt with their offense superbly. They've now scored 2. And yeah, great double touch from Soren. Purposeful or not, he'll take that one. It's in the back of the net, and now all 3 of Yggdrasil are up on the score sheet. And, you know, maybe they're starting to get the whole team involved.
Indeed, we're going to see an Yggdrasil attack, but Hecky's going to stop that. Deadfang now into the left-hand corner. Ball Stiff to clear it up. It's up in front of his net. Punky's got to get there fast. Gets a touch over Dehydration. Soren now to clear up. It's going to come off the ceiling. Can he get a second touch? Yes, he can. It's on the net. Ball Stiff will clear it away. And again, we're seeing this pressure from Yggdrasil being ramped up even further.
Yeah, they're just so willing to commit men forward on the 50s because they know how strong they are. And Tartaros struggling to deal with how quick they are these balls and how well they are able to clear it out of their own defense. Here comes Dehydration. Has 2 men waiting for him again. Gets over both of them and Board Stiff. Beats out all 3 Tartaros defenders. Allows Yggdrasil to break out of their own half. Deadfang wins another one. This one will drop in the middle for him. He goes up again. This time Hecky is the first one to get to it. Will allow Soren to go again. It's beaten out by Punky. Has it in the middle. Dehydration is up, but he's beaten out by Punky, and they've gotten one back.
Indeed, they have. They've cut the deficit in half. Soren, not the touch which he would have wanted. Punky capitalises on it. Dehydration didn't make contact with the ball. Ball in the back of the net. Tartaros have got a goal back.
After we were saying maybe they're starting to get a little bit nervous, starting to, you know, feel the pressure of this situation, knowing that they must win or they're out. Maybe this is the moment that they've been looking for. They've gotten one back. They need to score another now in this remaining minute and a half. Hecky will get up to that one. But this is not the position they want to be in. Yggdrasil still in the offense. Soren gets it over 2. Where was the touch from the attacking man? It will mean Tartaros get the break. Soren will have to play well as that first man, but the demo comes out from dehydration, and Yggdrasil are allowed to reset in defense. Almost a shot from Soren.
Indeed it was. Hecky with a great pre-flip to deny the shot. Punky now front post gets to clear away into his own corner. Borsef now to follow up. Gets cut off by Punky, you may say, but dehydration now is going to capitalise on this scenario. Hecky now to clear it away. And Tartaros again, we're seeing them stuck on the defence, but Borsef now looking for a shot of his own. Doesn't make contact with it. Soren now to clear it away. Punky's gone for boost. It's an open net for Yggdrasil. Oh, Punky X. Oh, Punky no.
Poor Stiff can't get the touch in it. Punky fully expected him to get some sort of contact. Wasn't to be though. Soren turns around. He reacts quickest to the misplay from board Stiff and gets Yggdrasil's third on the board. And this could be game number 2 for Yggdrasil already.
It may be dehydration. He's looking for another one. He's going to go up into the air for it. Gets it into the corner. Punky and board Stiff, I believe it was, awkward. He clears it out into the Yggdrasil corner. Deadfang doesn't make contact with it. Shot might come in, but it's cleared away by Soren. Hecky up for it first to it. It's going to drop into the back of the net. Punky going to steal it. And Tartaros, they could come back into this.
They've brought it back to the 1-goal game, made it interesting again. They know that going down to this 2-goal game means Yggdrasil would have 3 chances to win it all. Hecky and Punky not willing to let that happen so easily. Punky with his second of the game and 25 seconds left for Tartaros to get the equaliser.
Indeed, Borsef beats him out. Could be a shot coming in from Punky onto the backboard. Borsef's going to look to get it centre for his teammate. Deadfang Sport awkward gets a touch on it, beats out Hecky. He's going to look to carry this offense on, but doesn't make contact with the ball. Ball comes mid. Tartaros, they need to get this out. Hecky's got an own goal. Oh no, Tartaros, that's not where you're meant to score.
They've panicked a little bit, committed 2 men to that Soren 50. Hecky then really awkward as that third man can't get round to the back post in time, so he just has to go up for it immediately. And it's ended very, very poorly, and now Yggdrasil are looking in a very dominant position to go on and win this series.
Indeed, Tartaros are not going to be able to come back from this, but they might want a constellation. Hecky, it's going to hit the ground, and Tartaros have found themselves 2 games down, the favourites to win this match by popular demand, really. And Yggdrasil, they've came up and they are giving it to Tartaros now.
Yeah, not many were, putting Yggdrasil high up in the standings or expectations in the playoffs compared to the Ignis, especially the Ignis top 2 of Exolon and Kindling. But they've come here to play. They're about to knock out maybe the 4th seed from Ignis, and Tartaros really, really struggling to deal with how good their offense is. And now it's the reverse sweep time for Tartaros, and Yggdrasil have the triple match point.
Indeed, I mean, game 3 is definitely going to be high pressure for Tartaros, but we saw Severin do it in the lower bracket game over on Budder's stream. However, Tartaros, it's a completely different environment, completely different scenario, different games, different players, different teams, and they will just need to show up and take it to Yggdrasil, start getting the goals in, try not to own goal, and do your best.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure this own goal was mattering as much as the one against Galaxy Polaris, considering that the game was almost over. But yeah, definitely want to avoid those, want to make sure you're getting the rotations back in time and that you can get the quality touches away from goal to launch offense forward. Because otherwise, yeah, you will end up in those awkward positions. And as Hecky showed us last game, it's so easy to end up scoring an own goal, especially in such high pressure situations as these.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Tartaros, they had the offense when they needed it. However, they could only cut the deficit back to 1 goal. Yggdrasil, they're getting the goals. They just need to get the ball out of the defense to Tartaros. And it's just going to be another close game.
Ward Stiff starts us off. It's straight to Soren, though the shot will come in. It's off the post. Will bounce nicely for Deadfang. Can only direct his effort wide as well. Dehydration gets the 50 off of Punky. Looks maybe appetizing for the Yggdrasil offense, but Board Stiff deals well with it. Hecky's up for it. Can't find the second touch. Board Stiff can, sorry. Was off the post again, and a lot of shots going off the post already in this first 20 seconds. Soren's up for that one. Didn't quite find the touch.
No, it did not, but Board Stiff clears it away. Dehydration's up for it. Best friends, real life friends, battling it out, and hopefully Board Stiff will be able to pull off the reverse sweep. But Hecky now leaves it for Board Stiff again. Soren's now going to get a touch into the mid. Punky now out, back into the Yggdrasil side. touch from Punky onto the backboard. Anyone going to be there? It's going to be Hecky. Deadfang beats him to it. Borsef now third man gets a touch. Delays time for his teammates to get back. Deadfang now into the corner yet again. We're seeing lots of corner plays from both teams, and it is working out quite well for them.
Yeah, this one allowed Hecky to break out of it after the pass came in from his own corner. It was launched back downfield by Soren though. Punky, again, getting the flick out of defense in the corner, has gotten the 50 on another one. This one will go in the middle. Is anyone up from Tartaros? Hecky is, but just can't get across the goal in time. He didn't anticipate how much power that one had coming in from Punky, and it meant that Yggdrasil didn't even have to get a player on it. Deadfang maybe looking for a bump here. There was no one waiting to be bumped out though, and Dehydration had to make the play. Someone's missed this one. Board Stiff has missed this one. Punky, the last man in defense, commits. This one might be open, but Hecky just about gets to the ball in time.
Indeed, we're going to see another midfield battle. Deadfang beats it to it. Hecky now over to the right hand side of the pitch. Soren now bumps his teammate, I believe, and now takes a touch over Hecky. Gets clattered in the process. Punky now taking the touch, getting the boost. Lots of strange plays you could say. Gets over Soren. Deadfang now recovers from it, gets over another Tartaros player, Hecky now with a clear, and we're seeing lots of midfield battles of 50-50s and lots of pure speed.
Hecky has the shot here! The Yggdrasil defender cannot get back in time. Punky's ball in the middle is wonderfully finished by Hecky, and 1-0 Tartaros.
Indeed, 1-0 Tartaros, what a great angle. He took his time with it, used all the boosts that he needed, got it in the net, and they've taken the lead yet again.
Yeah, this is the must-win situation for Tartaros. This is exactly where they want to be. They have the 1-goal lead. All they need to do now is make sure they don't flop, and just keep going. Make sure you're getting those 50s in the midfield and getting those third man back in rotation, because they haven't looked the most confident in defense so far this series.
Not at all, but they just need to keep their offense going, and they won't need to be on defense. Punky now trying to get another goal here. Borsef now is going to look to recover and keep the pressure on. Soren takes his boost though. Dehydration with the clear up. Goes into mid for Soren. Back to Dehydration.
Oh!
Hecky cuts it out. And Punky now is going to look to start another offense.
That was a great pass from Soren to allow Dehydration to get the shot off. But it, was met very, very well by the Tartaros defender to get it away. And, both teams going toe-to-toe with their shots. Dehydration will look to bring this one in the middle, beats one of his own teammates. Unfortunately, Deadfang is committed. Dehydration looking in an awkward spot. If Board Stiff will get the shot on. Soren has maybe bumped him out. Not sure what's happening to the Yggdrasil defense there, but they survive for a little bit longer here. Punky into the middle again. No Tartaros attacker waiting to get onto the end of it though. Hecky will have the head off the wall. Met by Deadfang. He will have the follow-up touch. Soren is up for this one. Great block from Punky. Still in Tartaros' half though. Dehydration will be the one to attack this one. It's off the backboard. Soren is there. Both a double commit from Tartaros to come out, leaving no third man back, but there wasn't an Yggdrasil attacker waiting to get on the end of it, so it turned out alright for them. Dehydration goes again. Met by Board Stiff. Board Stiff looks for the 50 off of Soren. This one bounces down. Deadfang gets it clear, and yeah, some really end-to-end action going on at the moment.
Indeed, we're going to see another Tartaros attack, but they leave it straight to Dehydration. Borsef's out for it, doesn't make contact with it. Punky with a booming cleared down. Dehydration is going to look to take the touch. He leaves it for Soren though. Punky now on it, tries to get the shot on, bounces off the corner. Dehydration to clear yet again. It's over Hecky. Soren gets a touch into the corner. Punky now getting another touch up. Deadfang clears it away. Punky up for it too early. Dehydration hits the post with it. And Yggdrasil, they want to take this game. They need something now.
Yeah, the time is ticking down. Deadfang's up for this one. His hit away though is just straight to Board Stiff. All of these clears just being met by Tartaros waves of attacking. Hecky was there again, has this one in the middle. It's beating Dehydration out, but Punky can't find the finishing touch. Means it will stay 1-0 for now. Board Stiff. Somehow Soren gets on the end of that one. Board Stiff will have another touch. Dehydration has to launch it forward now. 20 seconds left for Yggdrasil. Deadfang will take this one up the corner. Has limited boost to his name, and means Hecky can get the touch. A shot is on target. Dehydration with another save, and 10 seconds left now for Yggdrasil. It's now or never. Soren pushes forward. If they want to win it in this game 3, they need to score now. Board Stiff is up. As the clear away, Dehydration looks to give them one last chance, but this one will drop to the ground. Punky makes sure of it, and Tartaros have brought it back. They still have a chance in this series.
Yeah, Tartaros has started getting pressure onto Yggdrasil. They just needed more goals, otherwise maybe it won't cut it in the next games ahead, or even if they make it through, getting the reverse sweep against the teams which they will face next, being Severance. It's definitely been a pressure battle. Yggdrasil had it in the first 2 games. Now Yggdrasil, they've given Tartaros too much space. And now Tartarus have the pressure and the upper hand going into the next game. Game 4, all to play for. Which side is it going to swing to?
Yeah, we're still in, that must-win situation for Tartarus as it happens when the other team wins the first two, but despite the one-goal scoreline, I'd say they probably deserved more from that one. In that last minute, they had all of the pressure, and Yggdrasil were really struggling to get out of their own half to even have a chance at equalising in those last few seconds. So Tartarus, the momentum is definitely in their side, and they can definitely kick on and really threaten Yggdrasil and make sure that they're not just rolling over and allowing them to get this 3-1 or even 3-2 if Tartarus bring it to that game 5.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing lots of booming clears from both teams, and they are working for the most part. However, maybe changing up, slimming down the pace, getting a solo play and flicking the last defender, getting another goal is definitely not a bad way to go if you do want to try and change up your play style. However, if it's working, don't change it. There's no need to. Just keep getting the goals in. Tartarus 100% need more goals to be able to secure their leads earlier on. But Yggdrasil, they need a goal to be able to keep into it. And honestly, whoever scores the most goals, I know I say this a lot and I say it every time I cast, whoever scores the most goals will win. And if you're not scoring, you're not going to win.
Whoever saw it coming, Big brain stuff coming out from Potter here as Deadfang and Punky will start us off. Great 50 by Deadfang as the double commit coming in from Tartarus. Hecky manages to deal with it though, allows Stiff to get the shot on target. Soren has to get the save as third man. He does, and has the follow-up touch. This one's off the post. Punky and Hecky again. Another double commit coming out from Tartarus. They're really scared of these Yggdrasil offense because, their shots are just so dangerous.
Indeed they are, but if they're not getting the shots on, they're not going to be getting the goals. Tartarus, they're getting more pressure on. 50-50 is coming in the defensive area for Yggdrasil. Hecky now getting one into the centre. No one's going to be there. Whoever's going to be first to this ball is going to get a big advantage. It's going to be Soren. Can he get a 50-50 with ball stiff? Yes, he will. Into the Tartarus end. Hecky now up for it. Looks to get a redirect onto the backboard. He does so successfully. Punky with a shot. Could that go in? It's on the crossbar. Hecky's going to be there. Tartarus 1-0.
Punky and Hecky, it's those men again. They always seem to be the ones to link up. They are, as you say, the IRL friends, and it's really worked dividends for them here as they're really threatening Yggdrasil. They're really threatening the reverse sweep, and they're 1-0 up again, and maybe that's already the winning goal. It was enough last game.
Possibly the two pairings of IRL friends on this team. Deadfang hits it down to Punky. He's going to look to take it back up the wall. Deadfang does cuss it out though. Ballstiff can't make contact with the ball. Great demo coming in. Punky onto the backboard to save the goal, which was looming for Yggdrasil. And again, we're going to see another attack. Soren's there for it. Goal. Instant response. Soren's been the goal scorer for Yggdrasil in games 2, 3 and 4.
Great equaliser. It looked like Board Stiff's clear out to the right hand side was going to be met by Hecky, but he was beaten out by dehydration. He got the ball in the middle. It was a great pass and allowed Soren to just tuck it nicely into that just underneath the crossbar. And Yggdrasil, they've equalised this game, and maybe now this is the time that they need to go on and win this series, close it out and get the 3-1 win.
Hopefully, but Tartarus aren't going to let that go easily. Shot's going to come in from Hecky, hopefully, but he takes too much time with it, and dehydration goes straight at the ball and gets it cleared down. Ballstiff doesn't make contact with it. Punky with a touch away goes straight to the Yggdrasil player. Hecky now to clear it out further, hopefully takes his time again, gets a flick. Dehydration against Hecky, 50-50 comes in. It's going to drop in front of the goal, but Deadfang's there first and takes it around, and it's going to start another Yggdrasil offense.
Dehydration now. Gets the 50 off of Punky, but not the second time. Another double commit from Tartarus. They've got to watch these. Maybe one of these will eventually be capitalised on by Yggdrasil, but so far it's worked out for them. This one is a very awkward touch from Board Stiff. Soren is there. Punky cannot react in time, and Soren has the lead for Yggdrasil.
Indeed, Ballstiff, not the best touch from him. Soren capitalises on it. Punky wasn't ready for it. 3 minutes on the clock, anything can happen, but Yggdrasil are up 2-1.
Both of these goals now have come from Board Stiff. Attempts at playing out from the back. He's got to make sure that he's getting these balls out to where Tartarus want them to be, because so far Yggdrasil have capitalised on them superbly, and now Board Stiff is caught napping maybe at the front post. It allows Yggdrasil to nip in. Soren with the ball off the near post and gets the follow-up. Board Stiff can do nothing. Punky almost gets a save, and now it's 3-1 Yggdrasil.
Indeed, Soren bagging himself a hat-trick against his Tartarus side, popping up where he's needed most. But I mean, Tartarus, they're not done yet. Dehydration is going to save that though from Heki. Punky now back into the mid, doesn't make contact with it. Heki now is going to look to get a shot. He does so successfully, but it's cut out by two Yggdrasil players. A successful double commit. Doesn't happen very often. But Deadfang 50-50 with Ball Stiff. And again, we're seeing Tartarus pressure, but Yggdrasil defense looking very strong.
Some definite ping pong going on there. Both teams struggling to get more than one touch on the ball. Punky's clear off to the side. It's met by Dehydration. Heki will clear it out again. It's a long ball. It might be difficult for Deadfang to deal with. It is! This one will just drop straight in from Heki.
Indeed it will. Tartarus need to do this more often on defense because they're giving Yggdrasil too much time to get boost and come back and keep the pressure on. However, those booming balls are definitely going to become again clutch for Tartarus, and they get a goal from it here.
They brought it back to one again. It wasn't enough in the last, I think it was in game one. You know, they made this situation happen before, but they couldn't kick on and get the equalizer. This is the moment that they need to do it though, and I'm sure they'll be able to if they're able to get those long-range booms that, you know, maybe Yggdrasil will struggle to deal with, as Deadfang proved there. You know, maybe they weren't prepared enough for just how strong Heki's powerful shots can be from his own half.
Indeed. Heki looking for a dunk there on Deadfang. It's going to be Balsif over to his teammate. Shot comes on, off the post. Punky's there, Sauron with the save. And again, we're seeing Yggdrasil's defense looking so strong. But Balsif's now going to look to keep up the pressure. Sauron takes a touch, goes up the wall, gets cut out by Balsif. Can he get a demo? Heki's up for it. They can't get the goal. Punky now keeping the pressure on. This is what we want to see from Tartarus. Yggdrasil now cutting it out. Punky now's going to cut on this ball. Sauron gets it before him, getting a great dunk from him. Who's up for it? It's going to be Deadfang hitting the post, and again we're back with Yggdrasil pressure.
Here comes Dehydration, continuing this on. Looks for the shot at the near post. Heki is the one to deal with it. Deadfang with the shot. Board Stiff can't get himself in the position that he needs to, and Yggdrasil, they're in the 4-2 lead. And it's match point. Is this the game-winning goal?
It does seem to be like that. Ballstiff not in the right position, should have been further back post to get the ball away. But with 1 minute remaining, Tartarus, they're needing 2 goals, and Yggdrasil look to cruise away to the lower final against Severance.
Sure, Maurice, Bishik and Hybus will be looking on in interest to see who they will be playing, and so far I'm sure they'll be very intimidated by how well Yggdrasil have played. They've really dealt well with these Tartarus attacks. And despite, letting a few goals in, they've definitely looked the stronger side as Heki looks to keep it going for Tartarus. Gets the ball across field up to the other half. Leaves it off for Punky. Will choose to go mid, waiting for the pass instead. Punky has the ball in the middle. Heki is up. Can only meet the crossbar though. Will come out nicely for Board Stiff. This one's off the post. Punky will attack it. Deadfang gets in there before him and launches it again. Just wasting more time off the clock. Looks for the double. He doesn't need it though. But Soren waiting for it. Heki can only get the 50. And time is desperately running out for Tartarus now.
Indeed it is. Going to see Punky taking it over to the sidewall with a latch-stiff effort to get the goal. And with time running out on the clock, Soren's going to add another one to the tally. And Yggdrasil, they will most likely, despite all of the events of this game, be facing Severance tomorrow in the lower final.
They were perhaps the underdogs despite being the higher seed coming into this one, but they absolutely proved why they finished number 1 in Glacis. They will meet Severance, their conference members as well. They were both part of Glacis in the lower round 2, and it's going to be such a close match as Severance proved they could play in their reverse sweep, and now Yggdrasil. It hasn't quite been a domination of Tartarus, but they've definitely been the better team. They've shut out Heki and Punky, which so many teams have failed to do so far this season, and it's an absolutely deserved win from Yggdrasil, 3-1.
100%. We both predicted against Yggdrasil, saying that Tartarus will win, but they have proven us wrong. Sauron has absolutely popped off, getting 4 shots with 4 goals in this last game here. He's been the MVP for Yggdrasil, and none of the other 2 have had any real mistakes or efforts which haven't been, put in or whatever. They've all put in an amazing shift, and they've got to be proud going in against Severance next game.
Yeah, so unfortunate from Tartarus. They did so well against Galaxy Polaris in their play-in to get to this stage, but they fall where they fell last season. Senji's prospect team showing once again that maybe this lower round one is just where they're destined to end. Heki faces the heartbreak once again, but Yggdrasil, as you say, they'll be looking to kick on, get the result against Severance, and maybe meet Kindling or Exolon in that lower final.
Yeah, 100%. Senji, our great broadcaster, also the GM of Tartarus, Tartarus, the prospect team for Senji, always seems to be the one team that qualifies for this franchise. And again, they bow out in this lower bracket semi-final. And it's just so unfortunate to see. And Senji, I know he's going to be upset with this one. And looking forward to the next game, of course.
And as we finish up that one, that is the last match of tonight, unfortunately. But do not go anywhere. Tomorrow will be the remainder of the Prospect playoffs. We will have the upper final, the lower final, and the grand final on stream. Exolon, Kindling, Yggdrasil, Severance, all involved tomorrow. So, make sure to get your alarms out, because this is going to be a big one. This is the culmination of the RSC Season 7 Prospect season.
Indeed it will. We will see you next time.